So we got to follow up from a story that we did on Uncle Nears. So Fawn Weaver, the CEO of Uncle Nears. If you guys don't know what Uncle Nears is a whiskey brand. It's a very, very popular whiskey brand. Blew up over the last 5 to 7 years, but it's based off the story of the slave Uncle Nears, an enslaved man who taught Jack Daniels how to actually distill his whiskey. Obviously, everybody know Jack Daniels, but the story of the enslaved man, Uncle Nears, has taken off over the years. Fawn Weaver parlayed that into a
business
brand, big business. I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars. Like,
yes.
this is a big business. So
yes.
They got into some financial trouble. For one, the whiskey industry in general, the alcohol industry in general has been down.
Yeah, people have not been drinking. Especially, I think there was a post that we did, like Gen Z and millennials aren't drinking as much as past generations.
Yeah, they're definitely not drinking as much. I don't really drink that much. I don't know if you drink like that. But
I drink enough, but I think like whiskey.
I mean, I ain't even old enough to even order some whiskey.
Also,
like, I feel like you got to be 40 to order whiskey.
I was about to say, whiskey, I think is an acquired taste.
Yeah, you gotta have that. Yeah, you gotta have a little.
Got class up. It's like Scotch.
Yeah. I ain't there. I was gonna say Ciroc, but we ain't gonna go. We not gonna go to Ciroc. But that was the last time I was like considered a drinker was like college when the Ciroc was hot, or when that's Douce and all that stuff came out. But
Douce, yep.
I mean, what's the other one? Amsterdam. That was the cheap one. That if you broke, you get some Amsterdam. Whatever.
It'll do what it needs to do.
But liquor in general is down. So Fawn Weaver ran into a big issue. She had not a financial advisor. The CFO did a number on the bank and basically finessed the bank and got $108 million. Lied about the assets that the company had. Lied about the finances. So they got $108 million loan that they can't pay back. So now they're being sued and they got placed into a receivership. A receivership is not a bankruptcy, but it's basically like a third party to distribute the assets and to count the assets to make sure no funny business is going on, because it was a lot of funny business, fudging the numbers, lying about this, different companies. It was a house that was bought in Martha's Vineyard that's placed in a different LLC, but it was bought by the company's assets. So it's a lot of funky business going on. They put them in a receivership. Now, Fawn Weaver is asking a federal judge in the court case that's actively going on, this is public knowledge, to take the company out of the receivership, because she's basically saying it's damaging their brand and hurting the sales, which I agree, because if you are a big company, and she's saying this is particularly hurting them at higher end establishments.
Okay.
So premium lounges, premium establishments who don't want to deal with the financial mishap in the headlines that Uncle Nears is having right now. So they basically kicking them to the curb.
And I understand that, because it's reputation, right?
Reputation is all you got.
If we're a premium place and we sell premium liquor,
if you're a Noble, or if you're one of these big Waldorf Astoria, one of these big restaurant, I mean not restaurant, hotel chains, but have like restaurants and places inside, you don't really want a company that's on the brink of bankruptcy. You're serving that to
your clientele is kind of like top of the line, and so that's what they expect.
These people who order the scotch and the whiskey, they're gonna know this type of stuff.
Exactly.
So they basically stopped ordering, or they took their stuff off. They took the inventory down to begin with. So that's hurting their sales a lot. And she's basically asking the judge to take them out of the receivership, and she believed that they can do it without the receivership. I don't think it's a good idea. Because, and I don't think the judge is going to rule in their favor. The reason I don't think so is because the whole reason y'all here is because of internal financial mismanagement.
Right.
So why would I get rid of the third party who's in control of the authentication of your financial records, which is what a receivership is? Why would I get rid of that just because it's hurting your sales? The judge don't give a fuck about sales right now. The judge cares about making sure the case moves on and making sure there's transparency in this lawsuit.
I think, is there a way to quietly keep the third party but announce that it's gone away? And just
they could have sealed the lawsuit.
That's what I was gonna say.
But it's not. I mean, ain't no children involved. Ain't no special corporation, ain't no under the table.
Right.
This is a public company.
That's true.
I mean,
it just means a lot. It means a lot.
Well, this is not a public company. I'm saying this is a public dispute. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I said public company. It's a private company.
Well, it's one of those situations where, because it's her company, her and her husband's company, she would benefit greatly from a sealed dispute. That way,
a part of lawsuits is damaging your reputation, because shit, you owe me $108 million.
I'm going to publicly shame you.
Yeah, think about if all lawsuits had to be sealed.
Yeah.
Like, even if we can go to like some of the sexual assault lawsuits and stuff like that happen, and they get settled in 24 hours, like the Cassie situation.
Yes.
If she wasn't able to come out and publicly damage his reputation, and then that video come out,
is it like not even worth it?
It's not even worth it. 90% of the damage going towards Diddy was his reputation. Financially, I mean, 20-30 million, he was a billionaire. That ain't no money.
Maybe Fawn's point here is that, like, if you want what you say you want, which is the money back for the loan,
you want us to stay in business, you want ourselves to increase.
I think that's her angle that she's coming from. Y'all say that you want to make the creditors whole. I want to make the creditors whole too,
because she's not taking any responsibility for doing that. And that's not a shot at her. She's saying that we're in this situation.
Some things have happened
because of the CFO. It's not like she's saying I take full responsibility. Right. Even though she's the chief executive,
she's smart enough not to take full responsibility.
Yeah, hell no. I mean, the man basically did fraud.
Yeah,
I mean, he defrauded the bank,
right,
or the credit union, Farm Credit Mid America Credit Union. $108 million. They missed the payment, so they haven't been paying on this in about a year.
And that was the point of the receivership, to see what's going on and to make sure that
How many barrels do we have?
Yes.
What real estate do we have?
Because basically they borrowed against barrels that they don't have.
Correct.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about borrowing against something, and it's something I learned in mortgage. Banks don't want to own your home.
Yes,
banks don't want to own your barrel of alcohol.
What they're going to do is sell it to a private equity company.
Exactly. Yeah. They don't want that anyway.
She's also asking the judge to stop allowing the receiver to sell, to show their financial data to third parties who are interested in buying the assets. So these private equity companies are coming in bloodthirsty, saying like, "Damn, so how much do they have?"
Right.
And obviously, they want the company to tank.
So they can buy it cheap.
They can buy it cheap and revamp it and bring it back up. So, it's actually strategic. I would agree if I was on Fine Weaver's law counsel, or if I was working for the company, I would want the numbers to be sealed as well. Yes. Because I wouldn't want a third. Because again, we're gonna tank your sales for 6 months. Now it look like, oh my God, this company is going bankrupt. Hey, here's $100 million for the whole fucking company.
Right.
The bank, like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do it.
Right. I'm gonna buy it.
You see what I'm saying?
But obviously, her company, she wants it to be worth more than that.
Correct.
And she doesn't want to sell it.
She got a lot of stuff that she has to.
And I think there is value there.
Yes, it's a lot of value there.
The idea that somebody is trying to come and buy you for cheap and y'all trying to destroy my reputation. I definitely understand the ask to, like, let's just let me do what I've been doing.
They auctioning it off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's basically
like right from under her type.
That's essentially what the receiver, I don't want to say accusing the receiver of doing, but that's what the receiver is doing, is sharing this financial information with the Jack Daniels
kind of like
of
shopping
the world,
around.
shopping it around, because the receiver is like, look, my goal is to get full transparency and to make sure people are made whole in this situation. So I don't think something like that's going to go to court. So it's basically going to get auctioned off.
Let's hope not.